The Nephilim are a profound enigma, woven into ancient narratives and religious texts, stirring curiosity and debate across centuries. Their story begins in the Bible, in Genesis 6:1-4, where they are described as the offspring of the sons of God and the daughters of men. This brief and cryptic mention leaves much unsaid, inviting generations of interpretation, speculation, and theological discourse. What were these beings? Were they giants, fallen angels, human hybrids, or something entirely symbolic? Their tale transcends their biblical origins, weaving through mythology, theology, archaeology, and even modern conspiracy theories, leaving humanity to ponder their true nature and legacy. In Genesis, the Nephilim appear in the context of growing corruption on earth. The sons of God noticed the beauty of the daughters of men and took them as wives, an act described as both transgressive and unnatural. From this union, the Nephilim were born, beings of immense strength and renown. Yet the text leaves much to the imagination. Who exactly were the sons of God? The most popular interpretation is that they were fallen angels, divine beings who defied God's command by intermingling with humanity. This idea aligns with passages in the Book of Enoch, an apocryphal text that offers a vivid expansion of the story. Enoch describes a group of angels, the Watchers, who descended to earth attracted by human beauty. These angels shared forbidden knowledge with humanity, teaching skills like weapon making, enchantments, and astrology. Their actions led to the birth of the Nephilim, beings described as giants who wrought destruction across the land, consuming resources and creating chaos. The Book of Enoch portrays the Nephilim as monstrous figures, not only in size but in behavior. Their hunger was insatiable, and they turned to violence when food ran short, even consuming humans. This apocalyptic scenario paints the Nephilim as a symbol of divine lawlessness and human corruption. Their existence was seen as a primary reason for the Great Flood, a divine act to cleanse the earth of their influence and restore order. Enoch also describes the punishment of the Watchers, who were bound and cast into darkness until the final judgment. The spirits of the Nephilim, however, were said to remain on earth as evil spirits, influencing humanity in unseen ways. The identity of the Nephilim becomes more complex when considering alternate interpretations. Some scholars suggest that the sons of God were not angels, but the descendants of Seth, the righteous third son of Adam. In this view, the Nephilim were the result of intermarriage between the godly line of Seth and the sinful descendants of Cain. This interpretation casts the Nephilim as symbolic figures representing moral failure and the blending of righteousness with wickedness. Others propose that the sons of God were ancient kings or rulers who claimed divine lineage, and the Nephilim were their progeny, giants in stature or reputation, reflecting their immense power and influence. These interpretations shift the focus from literal beings to symbolic archetypes, representing humanity's struggle with pride, ambition, and moral decay. The phrase in Genesis 6:4 that the Nephilim were present in those days and also afterward adds another layer of mystery. If the Great Flood was meant to wipe out these beings, how could they have persisted? This question is compounded by later references to giants in the Bible, such as the Anakim, Rephaim, and Emim, described in the context of Israel's conquest of Canaan. In Numbers 13:33, the Israelite spies report seeing the Anakim, who they claim were descendants of the Nephilim. These accounts suggest either a survival of the Nephilim or the recurring appearance of similar beings throughout history. The connection between these groups remains speculative, but it underscores the enduring presence of the Nephilim in the collective imagination of ancient cultures. Beyond biblical texts, parallels to the Nephilim can be found in myths and legends across the globe. The Sumerians spoke of the Anunnaki, divine beings who descended from the heavens and interacted with humanity. Similarly, Greek mythology tells of the Titans, a primordial race of giants who battled the Olympian gods for supremacy. Norse mythology describes the Jotnar, giant beings who often clashed with gods and heroes. Even Native American legends recount stories of giant ancestors who roamed the land, leaving behind mysterious megalithic structures. These widespread myths suggest a universal fascination with beings that bridge the human and the divine, the mortal and the supernatural. Could the Nephilim represent a shared cultural memory of ancient events, or are they archetypes reflecting humanity's imagination and fears? Adding to the mystery are claims of physical evidence. Over the centuries, reports have emerged of massive skeletons unearthed in various parts of the world, often attributed to giants. These discoveries, while often dismissed as hoaxes or misinterpretations, have fueled speculation about the Nephilim's existence. Megalithic structures, such as the pyramids of Egypt, the stones of Baalbek and Stonehenge, are sometimes linked to the idea of ancient giants, their construction attributed to beings with superhuman strength. While mainstream archaeology attributes these feats to human ingenuity, the notion of the Nephilim, or similar beings, playing a role persists in alternative theories. In modern times, the Nephilim have become a focal point of conspiracy theories and speculative fiction. Some proponents of ancient astronaut theories argue that the sons of God were extraterrestrial beings who visited Earth and genetically manipulated humanity. In this view, the Nephilim were hybrid offspring, blending alien and human traits. This interpretation connects biblical narratives to UFO sightings and alien abduction stories, suggesting that humanity's past is intertwined with advanced extraterrestrial civilizations. While these ideas lack scientific evidence, they reflect a deep-seated human desire to explain the unknown and connect ancient mysteries to modern phenomena. Pop culture has also embraced the Nephilim, reimagining them in creative and dramatic ways. In fantasy novels, films, and video games, they are often portrayed as tragic figures, powerful yet cursed, caught between conflicting identities. They serve as metaphors for humanity's dual nature, embodying both greatness and fallibility. The Nephilim have appeared as heroes, villains, and anti-heroes, their story adapted to explore themes of rebellion, redemption, and the struggle for identity. This modern reinterpretation ensures their legacy endures, reaching new audiences and sparking fresh discussions about their meaning. Ultimately, the Nephilim remain a mystery, their story open to interpretation and debate. Were they literal beings who once walked the earth, mythological constructs symbolizing humanity's fears and aspirations, or something in between? Their tale resonates across cultures and eras, reflecting universal questions about the nature of humanity, the limits of power, and the consequences of crossing forbidden boundaries. They challenge us to consider the relationship between the divine and the mortal, the natural and the supernatural, and the known and the unknown. The Nephilim may belong to ancient texts, but their story is timeless, a reminder of humanity's endless curiosity and imagination. As we continue to explore their origins and significance, they remind us that some mysteries are meant to endure, inspiring wonder, debate, and the search for truth. Whether we see them as real beings, symbols, or legends, the Nephilim hold a mirror to our own questions about existence, morality, and the divine. Their story, though rooted in the distant past, remains a living enigma that captivates and challenges us, ensuring that the Nephilim will never truly fade into obscurity. The enduring fascination with the Nephilim also stems from their symbolic resonance. They represent a recurring theme in human storytelling: the consequences of crossing forbidden boundaries and the hubris of attempting to blend the divine with the mortal. In many ways, the Nephilim symbolize the dangers of power unchecked, of knowledge misused, and of the chaotic outcomes when natural and divine laws are broken. These ideas are not confined to the Bible, but appear in countless myths and legends throughout history. From Icarus in Greek mythology, who flew too close to the sun, to the Tower of Babel, where humanity's pride led to divine intervention, the story of the Nephilim echoes humanity's long-standing fascination and fear of transgressing limits. The spiritual dimension of the Nephilim also raises profound questions about the nature of humanity's relationship with the divine. Were they a product of rebellion, fallen angels seeking to undermine divine order? Or were they a consequence of humanity's inherent flaws, a result of greed, ambition, or moral failure? The texts that mention the Nephilim often intertwine their story with judgment, suggesting that their existence represented a tipping point, a moment when corruption had reached such a level that divine intervention became necessary. The Great Flood is one of humanity's oldest shared narratives, and its connection to the Nephilim suggests a deeper message about the consequences of moral decay and the limits of divine patience. Modern theories about the Nephilim range from the academic to the fantastical, but all share a common thread: the desire to explain what is unknown or extraordinary. Some researchers point to the possibility that the Nephilim were a memory of an ancient race of people, perhaps an isolated group with genetic mutations that caused gigantism. Others believe they may represent a fusion of historical events and allegorical storytelling, where larger-than-life figures symbolize the heroes and tyrants of ancient civilizations. The extraterrestrial hypothesis, while speculative, taps into humanity's fascination with the stars and the possibility of life beyond Earth. Could the Nephilim have been early descriptions of beings from another world? This theory aligns with interpretations of the sons of God as visitors from the heavens, whether literal or metaphorical. Pop culture has amplified the Nephilim legend, bringing their story to new audiences and reimagining their role in creative ways. In fantasy novels, they are often portrayed as tragic figures, powerful yet doomed, caught between the divine and the mortal. In films and television, they appear as villains, heroes, or misunderstood beings, their dual nature serving as a metaphor for humanity's own inner conflicts. This modern reinterpretation shows how the Nephilim have transcended their biblical origins, becoming a canvas for exploring universal themes of power, morality, and identity. As we examine the Nephilim from every angle, historical, theological, mythical, and speculative, it becomes clear that their true significance lies not just in what they were, but in what they represent. They are a mirror reflecting humanity's deepest fears and greatest aspirations. They challenge us to consider the boundaries of our knowledge, the limits of our power, and the consequences of our actions. Whether we see them as literal beings, symbolic figures, or something in between, the Nephilim remind us of the mysteries that lie at the heart of existence, mysteries that continue to inspire wonder, debate, and curiosity. In the end, the story of the Nephilim remains open to interpretation. Like all great mysteries, it invites us to explore the unknown, to question the past, and to imagine possibilities beyond our understanding. The Nephilim may belong to ancient texts, but their legacy is timeless, a testament to the human desire to seek answers and uncover truths. Perhaps that is why their story endures, not just as a tale from the distant past, but as a living, breathing enigma that continues to captivate us today.